What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I'm your host RT, and today we're going to be talking about Call of Duty Black Ops 6 and is it going to deliver this time with all of Activision's promises, or Microsoft if you will nowadays. And I just want to talk about this, basically put it out there that give you all the information in my opinion on why I think we should be leery about Call of Duty 6 or Black Ops 6 if that's what you want to call it. Now, first of all, I want to say I do like Call of Duty, right? And I used to love Call of Duty. Right now, it's kind of, in a weird spot. And the reason I say that is because Call of Duty over the years has been a great franchise. It's popular. People say Call of Duty is dead. Call of Duty is not dead. Call of Duty is not going anywhere. However, it did lose a big part of its fan base. Okay, so let's go back now and let's understand how this happened. Okay, so Call of Duty back in the day, if you were around back in the day and you played Call of Duty, I guess you call it Modern Warfare, Call of Duty 4, back in that time frame, 2007, 2008 time frame. You remember what Call of Duty used to be like and the hype that surrounded it, how it came out and just turned the first-person shooter genre on its head. It was at the time people played it. It was kind of gritty, kind of raw, voice chat and everything. It was a new experience for us. Okay, now we had some games back in the day that were competitive, like Halo. But Call of Duty was more of a modern take on it, and it came at a time where basic technology was better. Your online was better, the chat was better, and it was more mainstream because it came across all systems. So Xbox, PlayStation, PC, everybody had access to Call of Duty 4, right? And when I say 4, I mean the original Call of Duty Modern Warfare. Now, it led on with other games, Black Ops, it expanded, World at War, and I played all those games. And just to give a little background about myself, I've played and bought every year. Sometimes I bought two versions of Call of Duty. Like last year, I bought it for the on PC and I had it for Xbox. So sometimes I'll even buy multiple versions of Call of Duty or multiple console versions of Call of Duty because that's just how much I cared about the game. Now, moving forward, we came into this part in skill-based matchmaking. I'm just going to touch on it real quick, but I got another video that I'm just going to do where I just explain my take on skill-based matchmaking. But just know skill-based matchmaking on some level was even in those older games, okay? But it wasn't to the point where it dictated how the outcome was going to be before the game was even played. It had a little bit to kind of keep lobbies together and they balance people out without going too technical, but it wasn't game-breaking, okay? Now moving forward, 2019 comes around, and I think that's where we all agree as Call of Duty fans, that's when it became skill-based matchmaking had a mind of its own. It was all about the skill-based matchmaking, all right? And moving forward from 2019, Modern Warfare. But Call of Duty they're the masters, the Activision or Microsoft, if you want to call it that now, they're the masters of roping people in, right? So every year, since 2019, I didn't start really noticing the big changes in Call of Duty until around 2020, 2021 time frame. Where before I was, I'm not saying I was a 4.0 KD player, no, but at the same time, I wasn't a negative player. I was about 1 KD, about 1.2, about average, nothing special. But I was competent at the game. I'd have good games, I'd have bad games, and then right around this time, I started noticing, man, I really suck at the game now. I was like, I can't really, I'm not having these, breakaway games. I'm having very rare, but I'm not having these games where I'm just beasting on people. And I would have those games back in the day where I would just do really, really well. And but I didn't think nothing of it. I was like, okay, because skill-based matchmaking wasn't as talked about as it is now. But anyway, back to what I was talking about with the Call of Duty series. So I started noticing around that time, and I would still play, but it seemed like it was it was a hindrance. And then I can also notice at the time, because I'd follow YouTubers back in the day, like the Goblin. I don't know if he's around anymore. Flame Truth. I would watch some of their videos where I'd see them popping off, and I'd be like, okay. And I'd watch Exclusive Ace, and I'd see he'd give me strategies on best guns and positions. So I watched all the videos and stuff like that, and I still subscribe to those guys. But anyway, because I was trying to improve my gameplay, and it just wasn't working, And then I feel like with the new ones, they changed the way the map design was. So 3-lane maps with Call of Duty, that's usually the standard from old Call of Duty, where the maps made sense. The maps kind of came out over time, and they started not making much sense. And then you had the one Call of Duty that had all the doors as this commonly referred to as Modern Warfare and all this stuff, and it's true. It was a bunch of it's like you, not to say I play like a camper, but if I'm playing the game, you know, I want to be like somewhat hidden and then maybe come out, pop out, do my little shots, and then maybe move to another part of the map. But there, it's like there's no safe spots. And I'm not saying camp. I mean, I'm not a big fan of campers, but I need to take a breather, reload, or whatever I'm doing. And it just wasn't like there's somebody there all the time, kicking in the door or doing something. You know, it's always, the maps weren't like, you couldn't really lock down an area, you know, if that makes sense with map design. So the map design got bad, and and then the transactions, I think the microtransactions came out and just killed a lot of stuff. So I say all this to say, okay, but every year they're so good at marketing, Activision, Microsoft, that they suck you in, okay? And an example of that would be, okay, if you played the old Call of Duty, if you played Modern Warfare 2, some may say, and it depends on who you ask, some might say that was the best in the series, or in Black Ops 1 and 2, the best of the series, right? So they make promises with, I'll just start with modern times, with Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, right? Now, in my opinion, that is the worst game that in the series, okay? I'm talking worse than Cold War. And Cold War gets hate, but Cold War wasn't that bad. Ghost, people hate on Ghosts, but in the current state of Call of Duty, are you really hating on Ghosts that much now? I mean, that's debatable. That's debatable. But at the same time, Modern Warfare 2, I think it was a really bad game. And what made it so bad is they played on the name of Modern Warfare 2, right? Do you think about, if you played the old one, you're thinking nostalgia, it's going to be like it was back in the day, and it was everything but that. You know, it didn't even have the Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 maps. That was the big selling point, right? So we move into Modern Warfare 3, or I don't know what you want to call this, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3. This last one we got, 2023, if you will, and it's like now they're bringing us all the maps, okay, all the old maps. And I know it was a big debate. Activision left a bad taste in people's mouths when they said, okay, well, you know, there's going to be expansion. A lot of people took it as an expansion, not so much a brand new game, and that's pretty much what it was. The campaign was, you can tell, was pieced together from the old Modern Warfare 2 system, and this is the first time they promised that it would be a 2-year cycle for Call of Duty, and it wasn't. They just made another game and cashed in on it, right? So we can only take, as players, we can only take this so many times over and over, and they're making these promises, and then they give us a lukewarm delivery, right? So I feel like, with that said, how do we trust Call of Duty? How do we say Black Ops 6 is going to be good? Now they're offering a lot of stuff that, you know, the promises they're making with Call of Duty, right? And they're promising, let's really look at what they're promising us. They're like, oh, zombies. Well, zombies, we're supposed to have zombies. We had zombies back in the early 2010s. They said, oh, well, you get your perk systems back. Well, we already had that, you know. They're saying, oh, we're giving you back your movement and all this stuff. I mean, they changed the engine. Kudos for that. I mean, they did change the engine. That can go good or bad. But hey, I'll give them thumbs up for innovation. Okay, they're trying something different. And just a lot of stuff they're giving us, you know, that stuff we already had. So in a sense, you're just basically saying you took it away, you're bringing it back, and we're supposed to, you know, kiss your ass for it. I mean, I just feel like no. So my thing is, but I'm not going to sit here and lie to you. Black Ops 6 does look amazing. Okay, but at the same time, so did Modern Warfare 2 before we played it. So did Modern Warfare 2.0 or Modern Warfare 3 2023 before we played it. You know, now to say this, I will give Sledgehammer props, because people crap all over Sledgehammers. Sledgehammers is basically, they're putting lipstick on the pig here. They're making the best they can, and they are doing a heck of a job with this latest iteration of Call of Duty. I mean, what they can. But what's killing it, let's be real, skill-based matchmaking. That's the culprit, skill-based matchmaking. But enough on that. I'll talk about that in another video. But I just feel like the silver lining here, if you're an Xbox owner, is that it's coming to the Game Pass. So I'm not going to spend any more money on Call of Duty as far as you know, buying it on multiple versions, because I feel like I got burned every time. Like a lot of fans, I feel like I got burned every time. They make all these promises, and you get a half-assed version of what they promised, right? And this is my opinion. This is strictly my opinion, but I feel like, you know, I'm not going to say, oh, to boycott it. But I uninstalled Call of Duty this year's Call of Duty, and after I unlocked all the camos and did all the challenges, I feel like I'm not playing anymore because of skill-based matchmaking. All right, that's what killed it for me. So they're going to make all these promises. They're going to say, oh, we're going to give you, you know, the world. We're going to give you a great zombie experience. We're going to tone down, Warzone's. They're gonna have to wait a little bit for Warzone to implement with the new Call of Duty Black Ops 6 that's coming out. So that might be a chance for multiplayer. Oh, and that's another part that I want to talk about. They gutted multiplayer. I mean, they shit all over multiplayer within the last 2 or 3 years. That's just the honest truth. They've given a little bit no love to multiplayer, and the multiplayer, let's be real, that's what made Call of Duty. Nobody cared. I mean, the campaign was all right, but multiplayer was where it was at. Warzone comes out, I don't want to talk forever, but I could talk about Warzone. If you like Warzone, good. I can see where Warzone could be good. I don't play Warzone. I'm OG. I like playing multiplayer stuff. But Warzone, it has a following, okay? But they got all the love, and it seems to me like to me and a lot of people, that the multiplayer just got shit. It was just kind of okay, kind of an add-on, back in the day, Call of Duty, let's be real, that's what sold it. So I'm on the fence this year of what they're going to do with Black Ops 6. And like I said, the silver lining is with the Xbox Game Passes, I don't have to buy it this time. Okay, I can just sit down and play it, and if I don't like it, just uninstall it, or just whatever, you know what I mean? So currently right now, I'm not playing Call of Duty. I wish I was. I don't think the game is bad. Like I said, kudos to Sledgehammer, but it's just, I don't want to deal with skill-based matchmaking. I just don't. I want to play, even if I get curb stomped like I do in a lot of matches, I just feel like, let me lose because I'm bad at the game. Don't bullshit me and put me in skill-based matchmaking and say, oh, you're good, and I'm terrible at the game, which I'm not terrible at the game, but I'm about average, So let me be good in some matches where my skill is going to prevail, and if I suck, the other team just curb stomping us in pubs, so be it. I'll be all right. I'm a big boy. I can get over it. But let me make that decision. Let my skill level determine that. Don't make up some fairy tale where I'm doing good, you let me pop off a couple of games, and all of a sudden I try to play again, I'm doing terrible. And then, but again, that's another video for skill-based matchmaking. But so I'm on the fence. That's pretty much gonna do it for this video, guys. Like I said, I'm still on the fence about Call of Duty Black Ops 6. It looks promising. It looks like you can tell where they put production and money and advertisement into it. Call of Duty's not dead, but my little purchases are gonna make a difference. They got millions and more money than Davy Crockett. My little purchases are gonna make a difference, but I can always uninstall it, and thank God I don't have to pay for it this year. So let me know in the opinions what you guys think. Are you guys gonna pick up Black Ops 6? Are you gonna pre-order? Are you gonna let them talk you into pre-ordering? There's really no wrong answers here. I'm just giving my opinion, but that's gonna do it for this video, guys. A subscription, a like is always welcome. And with that, take care of yourself, protect your inner peace, and God bless. Catch you on the next one.